Hello, 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 hello. How you guys doing? We are finally at life path number 1. And this has been... Just kidding, it's not done over yet, guys. You forgot the master numbers, 11, 22, and 33. We're going to talk about those too. I don't know if you guys can tell. I got a haircut. I went to my brother's barber. They finessed my shit. And in case you didn't know, guys, I'm a number 1 life path. So, this is very honoring for me. I wanted to show up nicely and... yeah, I'm excited to let you guys into a piece of my life. And I hope you guys enjoy this video so much. Because I do. Every single time I make one, I always enjoy it to the fullest. And I appreciate every single person watching and learning and growing with me, because as I make them, I learn more and I grow more. Every day I learn something new, come in contact with new people, new perspectives, new ideas, and I'm open to it. And yeah, well, let's get started with the number 1 life path. Number 1 is the leader. Number 1. It's the first one. Like, it's so self-explanatory. I feel like everybody knows 1 the most. Because 1 is the one. The 1 is the new beginning. It's the start of life. It's when you took your first breath. 1 is your identity. 1 is what your name is. Who you are. The manifestation of your physical body. Being that the sun is the giver of life, of light, of intelligence. The sun is the most important thing ever that we should understand to the core, because we come from the sun. We are literally small forms of condensed forms of the sun. And shout out to my favorite YouTuber, who is probably a 1 himself. I don't know, probably could be a 1 or a 9, maybe, or maybe even a 3, probably. I don't know. But shout out to Young Pharaoh on YouTube. Go check him out, guys. He is the real deal. When I tell you the real deal, like the real deal, that's the real deal. Go check him out. Thank you, Young Pharaoh, if you ever come across this video. So, anyways, going on to the number 1 life path. They are leaders. They are the ones who step forward first. They are the ones who start. They can be impatient. They want to win. They have the characteristics of Aries as well. Aries being the first sign, and Aries is a fire sign. So a lot of energy in the number 1. There is a lot of aggressive energy in the number 1 too. They can be very aggressive and stubborn. I was personally very, very stubborn as a child. I used to always think I knew everything. Like, I used to think I knew more than my parents. And it's funny too, because my birthday has a lot of 9s in it. So it's like 1, 9. It was a lot of stubbornness. And my mom used to smack the shit out of me. I really used to have a smart ass mouth. And a 1 can have a smart ass mouth. I could tell you that for sure. The 1 is very original. They're very inventful. They invent things. They come up with things first. They think of things first. And like I said, having all that energy of Aries and the sun rules Leo, which is another fire sign. So it's even more fire. Like we're just 1 is a complete fireball. 1 is fearless. They are action oriented. They go through with things and put action to things quickly. They'll be the first ones there. Number 1s are very strong. They have this very strong appearance. They have this don't fuck with me kind of energy because I'm the leader. It can be to an extreme where they're selfish. They can be arrogant and bossy. Nobody likes bossy people and arrogant people. They can be cold. They can be manipulating. They can be very, very, very demanding. Very stubborn. Don't let that get to you as a 1. Don't show those traits off and think that it's okay, because it's not. You're supposed to use your life path number information in general and apply it to your life in a balanced way. The 1 child probably always has this resistance of doing first, being the first one, and they could have been, as a child, you were probably a sore loser. Probably maybe still are. They don't like to lose because they just want to win. They just want to win. The 1 is a very, very quick thinker. The 1 tells it how it is. They say they know. They respond with, I know this is this. I know this is this. And they lead the way and everybody follows after them. They have that natural authority. So people just naturally follow them. Follow the leader. The 1 usually always makes that quick and right decision. They're good at making decisions. Sometimes it could be too impulsive and too, that it's not the answer. But most of the time, the 1s benefit from that always being right. Most of the time, not always. Most of the time. Now, as a 1, you should always, always, always remember to not always want to be the leader. Not always pushing people off of the opportunity of leading. Step off the throne and let others rise up with you. Let others experience the role of being a leader like you, because in reality, we're all leaders. But to the number 1, it applies the most. Being the number 1, you hold a lot of masculine energy, and you can come up as very serious or, very masculine. The 1 holds so much power. It's like a 1 steps in a room and it's either one of 2 things. They step in, and then everybody else is like, or they step in, and everybody else is like, who the fuck does he think he is? Who the fuck does she think she is? Please, you're not even all that. That's the reactions a 1 can have. They can create anything they really want to. They can, if they decide that they want to start a group or a protest or any kind of group kind of thing, they can. They have the power to lead that group and start it. They're the starters. A 1 will not stay stuck on his or her ex, most likely. Because a 1 always is moving. It's moving on, it's going, it's not stopping. A 1 can move on so quickly that 1s usually don't really learn from their past. They don't really care. They just move on from it and kind of ignore it. That's not good to do. Yes, it's always good to stay present and be in the now. However, you do always need your past in order to go forward. What you've learned, your experiences, to help you grow and keep moving. Okay? And as a 1, you should know this. Selfishness isn't often occurring trait that you may give off. You always have to remember to not be selfish, because the one wants everything to itself. It's the one. So it can really ignore the shit out of anybody it wants to and stay focused on what the hell it wants to do. But you always need to take into account others' opinions and remember it's not all about you. Not always, every single time. Now, you might hear that a 1 is very, very egotistical and always wants to, yes, this is true about the 1. However, me being a 1, I know that it's not always 100% applicable to me because of my own chart. So, for example, in my chart, I have a lot of Virgo. So that grounds me. Okay, I'm not so, having that fire energy and all of that leadership kind of energy, even though they don't express it like, oh yeah, I'm very high-spirited and I want to get this done. They don't always express it like that. They just always are very stern and very like, okay, I want to get this done and I'm going to get it done in their heads. But it depends what that person's sign is and how their chart looks. Because that's a whole different other layer of themselves. And so if you're a 1 and you have a lot of fire in your chart, then you may be that very egotistical 1. You may struggle with those traits of, being very selfish and all the negative traits of a 1. But if you are a water sign or an earth sign, you might, be a little bit more relaxed and a little bit more grounded. So it just all depends, okay? Me being a 1, I'm a very grounded 1. And I try to always take into consideration others' point of views and others' stance on different things. And I always let others, have that throne that everybody deserves to be on, ultimately. Being a 1, I'm very concentrated. Very concentrated on what I want to get. And I will get it if I want it. Not to sound, like a fucking egotistical piece of shit, but I believe in my capabilities of creating my own reality, and I believe and know that if I put work in what I want to accomplish and I imagine it and dedicate every single day to it and I'm consistent, then it will be. I just understand that to the core as a 1. A 1 can be very self-cautious. Like, always looking to have everything correctly done right. Because ultimately that leads to being number 1. So they just want to feel that way. If you have a person who is a life path 1, they probably push you to do your best. And they could be like those like those gymnasts, I think that's what they call them. Or any type of really sport activity kind of coaching kind of thing. Because they're really good at pushing people and helping them get to the top. A 1 only wants to surround themselves around people who want to do better. Like, a 1 is most attracted to that person who has their shit together. Not, like, I can tell you this off the bat, me too. That's the thing about me. I am attracted to a person who knows what he's doing and has ambition and is very concentrated. Like, that is very, very attractive to me as a 1. People kind of always come to you for answers, and that can feel overwhelming. Or a lot of people depend on you. Others can become very dependent of you. So you need to watch out for that. And yeah, A one might feel like, damn, why everybody come to me for, like, why I gotta be the father of the of the house? Like, why I gotta be the one to, sometimes a one can feel like that. And me personally being a one, I do possess that energy of, that leadership and that first person to always be the one to, create a new idea and go forth with it. And I always, as a kid in school, as now still, I used to always like raise my hand in class and ask different questions that were in regard to subject, but it was kind of like a little different. Like I just wanted a little extra clarity on it, and I always would go for that if I wanted that. If I had a question, I would ask it. If I wanted to figure out how to do something and solve a puzzle, I would ask. I would go and ask for it and look for it and look for the answer. So yeah, one goes and search for what it wants, and I can relate to that 100%. Hey, how you doing? How you doing? All right, go. As a one, you set your mind, you have a goal, and then you complete it. And that's the best thing about being a one. It's just, I love to be a one. I really do. I feel like I handle it very, very well. Especially since I'm aware of the fact that I am a one, and I know what my birth chart looks like, and I understand all of these things. Now, last thing I'm gonna say. Do whatever your heart truly wants to do. Do whatever your heart truly wants to do. And be that warrior. But always be vigilant and always be careful of not exceeding that limit of self-determination. Too much. Too much is not good. Too much is egotistical. Too much is selfish. Too much is all of those negative traits. Balance it. Thank you guys so much for watching my Life Path 1. We are not done yet. We are almost done. Not just yet, though. We still have to discuss the 11, 22, 33. And thank you guys so much for watching again. And every single time I will say thank you because I really, really appreciate it. Have a beautiful, blessed rest of your day, night, whatever, afternoon. And thank you again. Ah, shit.